It's been 2 years since the Toronto Raptors won the NBA championship in 2019 and have begun to rebuild the franchise. A lot of players have come and gone from the team, and only 4 players remain from that championship roster. But the future of this organization is looking very promising as the Toronto Raptors have a young core with hard-working players that look to continue their game and bring this team back to the promised land. Hey everyone, it's Offa Hezi, and in this video I'll be discussing why the Toronto Raptors and the young core will be title contenders in the near future, and exactly how they will get there. Just before we get into this video, I just want to thank everyone who has been watching these NBA videos as well as the shorts that I've posted and will be posting daily. So if you haven't already, like the video, comment your thoughts down below. Over 60% of the viewers on this channel are not yet subscribed. So if you don't want to miss out on weekly uploads, subscribe right now to stay tuned to the latest NBA news and discussions. Without you guys, I wouldn't be in this position of growing this channel, so thank you very much. Now, let's get into the video. The core of players that I will be discussing are about 6 players that the Raptors should keep and continue to develop over the next 5 years to retool the team to be able to contend for a title. The average age of this core is 23.5 years old, which is very young and gives them plenty of time to develop. The players that make up this young core of guys are Pascal Siakam, Fred VanVleet, OG Anunoby, Gary Trent Jr., Precious Achiuwa, and Scottie Barnes. Delano Banton may also be in this list as time goes on, as he has shown promising signs early this season. Hopefully these guys can all stay together to not only develop as players but as a team for a long period of time, and so us as fans can see them take big strides in their young NBA careers. Now, let's begin with the 2 oldest members on this roster, Pascal Siakam and Fred VanVleet, who are the longest tenured players on the team. Pascal and Fred have already proven themselves in the league to be all-star caliber players and played key roles in the 2019 championship run, and now going to be veterans on this team to help guide this young group of guys. Siakam has clearly shown that he is the best player on the team, but is probably better suited to be a number 2 option but can still lead a team. With the group around these guys, they won't have to be relied on as heavy. One of the players that can help Pascal and Fred is Scottie Barnes, who Toronto Raptors drafted. I made an in-depth discussion video about him, so go check that video out. Now let's go back to Fred and Pascal. Siakam still has many years left in his prime and can still get even better, especially with his work ethic. But I believe his most important role on this team is to be a mentor to Scottie Barnes and Precious Achiuwa, as they all play the same position and have similar playing styles. Fred VanVleet has emerged onto the NBA scene as one of the best defensive point guards, and he will now have a larger role on this Toronto Raptors squad with the departure of Raptors GOAT Kyle Lowry. Fred is one of the best players on this team and is definitely the leader moving forward. The young players on this team will look up to Fred as he is an all-star caliber player, the Raptors leader in points scored in a game, and most importantly being an undrafted player and becoming one of the league's best. With this year being the first without Lowry, Fred will take more action and his numbers will jump from last season, and he will help develop the young core of the Toronto Raptors. The next player I'm going to talk about is OG Anunoby, who has gotten better every single year since he was drafted. The first few years that he was in the NBA, he was only viewed as a defensive player who can occasionally shoot for free. The next few years he developed his shooting and began to show glimpses of his potential of shot creation. This year, OG has significantly improved as he has shown that he can create his own shot on all 3 levels and has taken more responsibility, with Pascal being out for the first part of the season. OG still has a lot to develop, but will break out this season and be one of the NBA's best 2-way wings. OG is already an elite defensive player, and with him developing his shot creation, he can most definitely become the next Kawhi Leonard. Another member of this Raptors core is Gary Trent Jr., who was acquired last year in the Norman Powell deal. Trent is 22 years old and is the starting shooting guard for the team and one of the best scorers for the Raptors. This year, Trent has earned his starting spot on the defensive end, as him alongside VanVleet are leading the league in deflections. Trent has a lot of upside but can sometimes be inconsistent and inefficient. Trent is still 22 years old and will work on those issues and will play a key role in the Raptors' future. Next we have Precious Achiuwa, who the Toronto Raptors received for Kyle Lowry in the off-season. Precious is in his second season and averaging close to a double-double per night. Precious is very similar in build to Siakam, and Pascal should help Precious grow into a very good NBA player. I see Precious playing similar to a Bam Adebayo, as they are both athletic centers who can handle the ball and are great defenders. Now, for the final guy who is going to play a massive part for the Raptors moving forward, we have Scottie Barnes, who right now in the early part of the season is the best player on the Raptors. As I said before, I previously made an in-depth video on Scottie Barnes, so the link to that will be in the description, but I'll quickly go over what he has showed us. For the first 7 games of the season, Scottie has averaged 18.1 points, 9 rebounds, and a couple of steals and assists per game. Scottie is a great defender and finisher around the basket, can see the floor like a point guard, and is instant energy for his team. The offense flows so much better when he is on the floor, and it shows the doubters that he can shoot consistently from the mid-range. Scottie still has a lot to develop, but out of everyone on this Raptors core, he is the most likely to become a superstar. Players who can also be a part of this young core is Danilo Banton and Malachi Flynn, but it will take them time to develop if everything goes right for them. The average age of the Toronto Raptors core is only 23.5 years old, and this team has a very bright future and will be a deadly playoff team in years to come. The Raptors also have a great coaching and development team, so that helps this young core fill into their potential and maybe become a future dynasty. The Toronto Raptors will be an elite defensive team and even better than what they are now, and are shaping the future of how basketball is played with positionless ball. Masai Ujiri has done a fantastic job of finding and drafting these young prospects and has ensured that Toronto will have a bright future. Please let me know on your thoughts on the Raptors young core, and write in the comments down below how many years do you think it will take this team to be competing for a title. Feel free to like the video and subscribe, and go check out some of my other videos on the channel. I will be posting daily short videos and posting a main video weekly, so stay tuned. Thanks for watching the video and have a great week. It's Off the Hezi, and I'll see y'all next time.